May I now invite Dr. Ratnesh Jain from Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, DBT, for inviting me for this talk, honorable dignitaries and fellow Ramalingaswami fellow. So today I'm going to just tell you a story about how Ramalingaswami Fellowship has played, yeah, has played a catalytic role in my career, and how DBT has lowered the activation energy for a successful birth of a researcher. So next 4 minutes, I'm going to tell you 4 episodes: entry, beginning, re-entry, and the journey. And on the slide, you are going to see a chemical reaction, and what I'm going to speak is about birth. So this is episode 1. An individual takes multiple births in his or her lifetime. We are first born as human being, then was as son, daughter, father, and mother. The mother for the subsequent birth is largely an environment and support system. A researcher or a scientist is also born similarly. And unlike 9 months of incubation on mother's womb, a researcher takes much longer incubation and support to become the scientist. DBT and its ecosystem is nothing less than a mother for a life science researcher in India. As we are talking about birth, I'm also born like many fellow Indian citizens in the village of Madhya Pradesh, which is very difficult to find out even on the map today. Now go to the second step, episode 2. There is a saying in Hindi that "Poot ke paav palle mein dikhte hain." And it means that there are enough hints one can guess what the child would like to become. However, a child can only become an adult with those paav with nurturing, mentoring, and support. Back in 2007, DBT started an ambitious young entrepreneurship program called DBT Yes, now called it DBT Best, and which is much before the inception of BIRAC as well. So that program has nurtured young minds and fueled aspirations and ambitions. I was fortunate to have received guidance of Dr. Gupta, who is in audience, and Dr. Natesh that time. Episode 3, that's Reentry Ramalingaswami Fellowship. The last mile of incubation before birth is very painful for mother and the child. It is a fear of losing womb, which is extremely proactive, comfortable, and the challenge of outside world. Mother is equally afraid, how am I going to handle this child? Believe me, I have seen Dr. Meenakshi's Munsi face in many of Ramalingaswami Kehlu conclave, when she has said that how am I going to handle so many fellows? So Ramalingaswami Fellowship actually was a great scheme, and it's a great scheme. A child realized, but eventually, that in mother arms, the feed and the love, like take care of uncomfortable life. And as 3D movie says, all is well. So Ramalingaswami Fellowship has given arms, the feed to set up lab, experiments, students, and more importantly, that love, which allow us to grow as a researcher. Journey, the vision. So do you know one of the most stressing situations, this is the last episode, of parent and individual is, what do the parent ask when they become adult and getting job? Settle kab ho jaoge? Shadi kab karoge? Bacche kab honge? All these questions. And our dreams may be different than what parents want. Academy has a similar complex problem. Job kab lagegi? Permanent job for Ramalingaswami Fellow. How many publication? How many teaching hours? You know, are you going towards translational research? Are you doing entrepreneurship? All these questions are equally important here. So I have been given opportunities in all these fields. Post Ramalingaswami Fellowship, DBT and BIRAC have allowed to foster all these dreams. And I'm working in research, entrepreneurship, industry interaction, and skill development. And all these when DBT started nurturing me from 2007. So the journey ends here? No, the journey doesn't end here. It's just a beginning. And I wish to born as a father now, a senior researcher who can mentor, extend, support, and nurture the ecosystem. I have a vision to create Mumbai Biocluster and a specialized center in Mumbai where entrepreneurs will be born to innovate personalized therapies, antibodies, vaccines, laboratory consumable, enzymes to make our country Atmanirbhar, which is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister. Thank you once again, DBT team and Ramalingaswami team for all the support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jain, for such an interesting take on your Ramalingaswamy journey.